but also because of how real and raw she was.
Ironic saying she's real and raw, considering the fact that she is 99% plastic. Is Jasmine the most hated in the 90 Day Fiancé universe? Because she definitely is making a case for it. And was she abused? Abuse allegations are coming now? Did they really happen? We will get right into it, but make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I appreciate all the support. Shout out to 90 Day David for the video. He does good videos, so I appreciate that. Let's see what he's got going on with Jasmine and the dark turn the story has taken.
And explosive fights.
You made me look like the crazy, explosive Latina that for no sense.
As bad as Gino is, he didn't really have to do much to make her look like any crazy Latina or explosive or anything like that. She did that to herself. And, that hat doesn't make it worse. That just adds something of a evil, diabolical nature to Jasmine.
I have such a good memory.
That was a joke.
Oh,
That wasn't true.
I'm laughing out loud. It's a joke.
To staged drama and allegations that shook the entire franchise. Here's how Jasmine Pineda's story took a very dark turn, spiraling into one of the most chaotic downfalls 90 Day Fiancé has ever seen. Before things got messy and shocking, we need to go back to where it all started. In 2019, Jasmine was 34, a single mum living in Panama City and working as an English teacher. Life wasn't easy, and while she loved her two sons, Fiancé and JC,
I'm going to push back a little bit on that. She left them behind, and the reality of it is she would have never left and come to the United States and just left them there for years on end in the care of someone else. So, yeah, her love is definitely in question for her other two children.
Wanted more financial stability. So, she turned to a sugar daddy website. Jasmine was hoping to find...
She wanted more stability, so she turned to a sugar daddy website. That is not a phrase that should ever be uttered anywhere to someone who wants more financial stability. Because not only are you inviting in the craziness and madness that would come along with that, but also how about the shady figures that are on there? Yes, Gino is a shady figure. He is not a good person either. So let's get that out of the way right now. Gino is not innocent in this. I've said this numerous times, and whenever I say something negative about Jasmine, because I trash her all the time, people want to say, well, what about Gino? Yeah, he's a piece of crap too.
Someone who could offer the support and security she didn't have on her own. That's when she met Gino, a 52-year-old engineer from Michigan. He had been divorced and was looking for companionship, not just a casual fling. They hit it off quickly.
It feels amazing to be together in person. I'm so excited.
And who knew in just a few short years from this moment that they were going to be in a sexless marriage that was pushing the boundaries through a throuple of sorts, an open marriage, a conscious uncoupling with a conscious recoupling with ethical non-monogamy. Right then, who would have known?
She's super hot, beautiful. I mean, look at her.
And I gave her money so I could touch her boobies.
Don't get me wrong, I knew she was beautiful, but seeing her in person, are you kidding?
I'll tell you what, she already had stuff done there, but she looks better there before she even had more work done. So, yeah, maybe take a look at that.
Give me the baby talk.
Gino liked Jasmine's beauty and charm, while she appreciated his calm and steady nature. After chatting online for a while, they decided to take things further. In 2020, right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, Gino took a big step and flew to Panama to meet Jasmine face to face. Despite the world being in chaos, they managed to connect in person, which was a huge risk at the time. Their first meeting was full of excitement and nerves. You could tell there was a spark, but also some awkwardness. It didn't take long before Jasmine and Gino were...
Who would have thought that there could have been some awkwardness from a sugar daddy website meetup? You know, that couldn't have possibly happened.
in a long-distance relationship, with Jasmine staying in Panama and Gino back in Michigan. Their connection seemed real, but problems soon began to surface.
Years since I've been with a woman sexually, so I brought some I brought some pills with me.
I mean, okay, hold on a second. Those are two separate things, Gino. Saying it's been a, whatever he said, long time since he's been with a girl sexually, so I brought some pills. If it's been a long time, look, I'm no biologist here, but I am a guy, and so if it's been a long time, It's not necessarily the pills you're needing. Probably you will need them even any less. If you need pills, you're having a blood flow issue. That's what those pills are for. So I think you might have a deeper issue, like an ED issue. So downplaying it like, oh, it's been a long time. This isn't an experience thing, Gino. I mean, we'll accept the fact that it's probably not going to be that long, but going in so far as to say, because it's been a while, you had to bring some pills makes no sense.
I'm just hoping everything goes well. I don't want to disappoint her.
There's gonna be like so many first things for us.
But the calm didn't last. As their relationship grew, so did the problems. One of the first big issues was Gino's ex-wife. Jasmine found out that Gino's ex had sent him naked pictures while they were still married. This triggered Jasmine's jealousy and insecurity. She felt like Gino hadn't fully closed that chapter of his life, and she couldn't understand why his ex was still in the picture. This led to major fights between them.
Look how hot my girlfriend is.
I trusted on you to send you those pictures, you know. I will never be able to trust on you ever.
I will say, she's definitely upped her game with the overdramatic cry. With the now it's the back then it was just the one straight tear. Now it's a really dramatic when she does the fake cry.
Another issue that caused tension was Gino's foot fetish. While Jasmine wasn't necessarily opposed to his interests, she felt embarrassed and uncomfortable with it. She had trouble understanding why Gino would want to focus so much on her feet, which led to even more awkward conversations. On top
Yeah, but she was the one that brought various toys and whatnot that go in various areas. So, although, yeah, foot fetish is weird, like, I don't think Jasmine's like some vanilla person either.
of that, Gino enjoyed showing affection in public, but Jasmine wasn't comfortable with that either. In her culture, public displays of affection weren't as common, and it made her feel exposed and self-conscious.
Oh, okay, but how about I don't know. How about that whole thing about an open marriage? How is that in your no affection, but it's okay to have an open marriage? Or are you just gonna say, oh, it's because I was in America? Stop lying about the BS. This is what Jasmine does. She's a liar. Everyone should understand that she's a liar and saying, oh no, she probably didn't want him to see because he looks like a creepy dude. So she's probably like, I don't want to see him out in public with this guy. I'm trying to get money from him, but I don't want people to see me. So I don't like the public displays of affection, but I'll have no problem sleeping with someone else in the marriage to save the marriage. Sure.
And then there was the issue with Jasmine's sons. Fiancé and JC weren't exactly thrilled about Gino entering their lives.
Yeah, who would be? I mean, did you look at Gino and say, I want to hang out with that guy?
As any mum would, Jasmine felt torn between her love for Gino and her protective instincts as a mother.
Yeah, she has no protective instincts as a mother. I don't know what the hell she's talking about, or is being said about protective instincts as a mother. She left him behind, and her saying, "My protective instincts, you have none. You met a random guy on the internet on a sugar daddy website, brought him into your home, and then was like, I don't know who I'm going to choose in this situation." I mean, yeah, Gino didn't hurt you or anything like that, although you would say he did, and he didn't turn out to be a crazy person, in some sense, I guess. But you didn't know what was going to happen, and you saying something about you're torn, she makes no sense, which is why she's the most hated.
Tension between Gino and her sons added more pressure to an already complicated situation.
I'm sorry if my actions, my words, everything like from me hurt you.
Apology accepted. I mean,
And I forgive your stupidity for the mess.
I forgive you for being a dumbass. Yeah, so it's okay, Gino. You were stupid. That's fine. I forgive you.
So yes and all that.
When Jasmine finally came to the US, everything changed again. New pressures, new fears, and new drama began to shape their future. By 2023, Jasmine had managed to secure a K-1 visa for Gino, which allowed him to come to the US and live with her. Their relationship was now fully under the microscope, with cameras.
Obviously, AI video there with the sleight of hand of she was able to secure a K-1 visa for him to come to the United States. So, clearly there was a little slip there, Mr. 90-Day David.
Capturing every moment of their drama. It was during this time that they were featured on 90 Day Fiancé Season 10. Viewers watched as Jasmine tried to adjust to life in America, which included cultural differences, language barriers, and her growing fears about the future.
Also, using a lot of older pictures, like this one right here is a newer one, but a lot of the ones they're showing are some of the older ones, not from when she actually moved over. So a little bit of sleight of hand there too that isn't actually reality.
I have to bring my kids to the United States because we need a sponsor, and now he quit his job.
But you still haven't done it yet, and it's been years at this point, so we still gonna blame everybody else?
Remember that the plan was just to bring the kids and even my sister Liz. Are we
The plan was to just bring everybody. Doesn't sound like a scam at all there.
gonna be financially prepared?
Despite the excitement of Gino finally being in the US, things weren't all rosy. Their relationship hit
Like the lip gloss thing found under the seat of the car. That was fun and also insane.
more bumps along the way. One of the biggest issues was Gino's strip club visits, which Jasmine found disrespectful and hurtful. She felt
Isn't she just like an everyday stripper, like always trying to get implants and all kinds of various things? And she's just basically a stripper that doesn't swing on the pole. She'll sleep with pretty much anybody. She's got an addiction to plastic surgery. But his strip club visits are the problem? I would look more at his corn addiction. I think that's probably more of a problem than anything.
that Gino didn't fully respect her and was still stuck in his old habits. This added to Jasmine's growing anxiety
I will
about their
say Gino needs to grow the F up because he's like 50 something years old and acts like a child. Act your age, find someone to settle down with, and quit all the craziness you be doing with, whatever, your corn addiction, your jumping from girl to girl, your website, sugar daddy, all that stuff. Stop doing that crap and grow up.
future together. Jasmine also struggled with her green card process. She feared that Gino might only be interested in her for the wrong reasons, whether that be for her financial situation or the convenience of staying in the US. These doubts led to accusations that Gino was controlling and manipulative, which only made things worse between them.
I would argue that she is much more controlling and manipulative than Gino. I mean, Gino had the power, sure, because she was here under his sponsorship or whatever, but damn, he was easily manipulated, and she was the one doing it most of the time.
Not true. I've never been with a girl since I've been with you, ever.
So what the is doing this?
Knows it is.
Lost and hair!
I
See,
don't
there it is. It's just like if she gets louder and screams more, magically the answer is going to come out.
knows it is.
Also, probably a plant there to try to get something going, and her face right there is kind of, that's her personality inside that face right there.
Even though their wedding was planned for June 2023, Jasmine's fears and frustrations were hard to hide. She had moments where she snapped, like her infamous pork rinds meltdown, which made her a viral sensation and meme queen. Fans couldn't get enough
Did the pork rinds make her a meme queen and a viral sensation? All right.
of her dramatic personality, but there was always
People like to make fun of her dramatic personality. That's why she had any kind of views or anything like that. People like to just trash it because it's so ridiculous. Any viewer, now she's trying to do this whole, I'm at home, I'm baking, I'm doing all these things. You can't get past the fact that you're the ridiculous person that people wanted to meet.
a sense that beneath her fiery exterior, she was struggling with deeper insecurities. Even with the chaos, Jasmine became someone fans couldn't stop watching. But behind the jokes
Yes, because of the train wreck that it is.
and memes, deeper struggles were quietly taking over. Jasmine quickly became a fan favorite, not just because of her strong opinions, but also because of how real and raw she was.
Ironic saying she's real and raw, considering the fact that she is 99% plastic. So I would say fake. And when you say raw, unhinged maybe, but when you say raw and make it sound like that's a good thing, That's not who she is. She's just unhinged. She yells and screams at nothing, has no freaking trust for anybody, which she shouldn't trust Gino anyway, I get that. But that goes for anybody. And she just will flip on a dime if something doesn't go her way. So I wouldn't call that raw. I'd say that's just someone that's crazy.
Her over-the-top reactions, like the pork rinds incident, became iconic moments in 90 Day Fiancé history.
Doing in our house, and why are you keeping it? If that's
I'm not keeping it. I probably forgot to throw it out, is what happened.
forgot.
Yeah, I can't find everything in my house.
Gino, you just opened the drawer, the closet, and it's there.
What drawer?
The ones in our bedroom.
Fans loved her for being unapologetically herself. However, many also saw a different side of Jasmine, a woman who had been hurt in the past and was scared of being abandoned again.
Yeah, I don't care. She's a bad person. I don't care. This is my basically my philosophy on this. Whenever you've been hurt in the past, when you start to be that, I don't care what you've been through. Go get therapy and deal with it. But when you start to treat other people like that, I couldn't care less her yelling at Gino. It's hilarious. I'm just talking about how she goes through her everyday life. She is not a good person. And until she gets help with that, I could not care less. And I don't care about what you've been through in your past. Deal with it or don't, but be a better person.
Her ex-husband had left her for another woman, and those past scars affected her
Ironic, considering she left for another guy. Huh.
relationship with Gino. Her dependence on Gino for financial support also played a role in her emotional struggles. She wanted love, but she also needed stability. This mix of fear and desire for security made her relationship with Gino feel both intense and unstable.
Did you bring the blue pills?
I actually did.
Okay, good. You should take 3.
I'm guessing he took none and nothing happened.
And you know what, baby? Now that we are planning to make our baby,
By late 2023,
Yeah, that face right there, that's Jasmine to a T. That crying, unhinged craziness right there.
things seemed to be falling apart. Jasmine and Gino had been living together in the US for months, but their relationship was stuck in a rut. They hadn't been
That is the story of their relationship, stuck in a rut.
intimate for 9 months, and Jasmine felt neglected.
9 months. See, this is where Gino really dropped the ball, if you will. Pun intended. But there was no intimacy. And then his excuse, I really think he just had an extreme version of ED or something, and the pills weren't working because, his excuse was, I can't, the connection and everything like that. Gino, shut the hell up. God, be intimate with your wife. I mean, I will give Jasmine that one little tick. Doesn't mean she should have stepped out, left, cheated on him, all the stuff that she did, but he was definitely not doing what he should have done too.
Gino's lack of attention and emotional support pushed her to think about Plan B, a possible exit strategy. The spark that had initially brought them together seemed to have dimmed, leaving fans wondering if their relationship would survive. Then came the breaking point. What happened between late 2023 and early 2024 sent their relationship into a spiral no one could ignore. By the end of 2023, Jasmine and Gino's marriage was already in trouble. They had only been
It had been in trouble since day one. Let's be real about that.
married for a few months, but the stress, jealousy, and misunderstandings were getting worse every day. And because they were still filming for different 90 Day Fiancé shows, their problems didn't
Well, yeah, because this is the career, is the 90-day thing. And they want to put in the filming stuff. I'm like, yeah, but this is the goal. The goal is really to be the reality star. And if your relationship can be helped, I guess that's a good thing. But it's just to be on however many shows you can and make a career out of it.
stay private for long. This era, from December 2023 to April 2024, became one of the most dramatic chapters in their entire relationship.
how am I supposed to satisfy my sexual needs? Because I need sex. I haven't had it in 9 months.
Masturbate.
I'm not okay with
Masturbate, Jasmine.
masturbating. I need a real person.
No, I'm not
See,
gonna.
this was one mistake that they both made. They both, for whatever reason, were staying in this marriage when they should have left. Clearly, they didn't want to be around each other. Clearly, she wanted to be with someone else, and he wasn't helping either and didn't want to be there. But yet, they stuck together for for what? I mean, it was obviously it was not repairable.
Being in an open relationship, that's not the kind of relationship I want.
The biggest turning point happened in November 2023. Jasmine started going to a Planet Fitness in Belleville, Michigan. She wanted to stay healthy and take her mind off all
And this is where it all began.
the fighting at home. There, she met Matt Brannis, a guy in his 30s who was a part-time gym trainer and a struggling actor.
A part-time gym trainer and a struggling actor. If that's not every waiter in LA, I don't know what the hell is. They're not in LA, but that's like what Matt is. He might as well just move to LA now and say, "I'm an actor."
At first, they just talked. Then they flirted.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They were sleeping together within a day, I'm sure. She talks about how he was sleeping with everyone at the gym anyway, so it took no time at all. She was cheating in no time.
Soon, they started a secret relationship. The affair got serious fast. On January 22nd, 2024, Jasmine even went to Disneyland with Matt. They spent the
That's nice. A nice little Disneyland trip.
whole day together, taking pictures and acting like a couple. Jasmine tried to hide the trip, but later, Gino found messages and photos on her phone. This
The
discovery
only thing Gino says is his evidence is call logs that go to nowhere, so Gino's just an idiot.
became a huge crack in their marriage. At the same time, Jasmine and Gino were still filming Happily Ever After Season 9. With the cameras rolling, Jasmine began talking about wanting an open marriage. She said she wanted ethical non-monogamy so she could meet her needs with
So she said that it wasn't happily ever after. This is where some of the AI video stuff gets it wrong, because what happened was they were at the last resort, and then the stupid therapist floats that idea, and then Jasmine latches onto it. It wasn't happily ever after. It was the last resort where the ethical non-monogamy was floated.
without breaking immigration rules. She claimed she didn't want to cheat because that could cause problems for her green card.
She was already cheating. Let's be real.
To her, an open marriage was a solution. To Gino, it was a nightmare. But even therapy couldn't fix everything. In March and April 2024, the couple filmed The Last Resort Season 2. This show focuses on couples therapy, so Jasmine and Gino tried to act like they were working on their issues. But everything felt messy and uncomfortable.
Yeah, because she was already cheating on him, already sleeping with this dude. She walked outside when they were having a fight at Last Resort and called Matt on the phone. You're not doing that with your gym buddy. Come on.
The most shocking moment came when Jasmine introduced Matt to Gino over FaceTime during therapy. The scene was painful to watch. Gino looked confused and embarrassed. He tried to set rules, like saying Matt must wear condoms.
Yeah, we're kind of we're dropping the lead here by not mentioning that when they had this conversation, it was in the context of he finally agreed to the open marriage when he was backed into a corner. He should have left. He was an idiot for that. But that's when he was talking to Matt, not just out of a regular conversation. He said, "Hey Matt, make sure you wear a condom." It was a little different than that.
Jasmine nodded like it was normal, even though her affair with Matt had already gone way past rules. Despite all this chaos, the show ended with a recommitment ceremony. Jasmine and Gino kissed on
Best thing
camera
ever.
and promised to fix their marriage. But viewers didn't know that almost everything was falling apart off camera.
It had
Just
been
2
falling
weeks
apart,
after
come
filming
on.
ended, around mid-April 2024, Gino found even more proof of the affair: photos, call logs, and messages. This time, he was done. He kicked Jasmine out of the house and told her the marriage was over.
All of this, they're really kind of going crazy with the timeline here. So the timeline is a little different, and they keep saying things that already happened or didn't happen. So this is the problem with AI.
After moving out, Jasmine told people she cheated because Gino didn't spark desire anymore.
Who did she tell she cheated? Because she was riding that lie to the end.
Some fans felt bad for her and said she was taking control of her life.
Yeah. No, she wasn't. She's just a bad person.
Others thought she was twisting the story to avoid blame. As always, the internet was split. Once the truth exploded, nothing went back to normal.
I don't really think the internet was split. I mean, of course there are going to be some defenders, but I don't think it was like 50-50. I think most people recognize what Jasmine is, and that's an attention whore that just wants to be in front of the camera, not a good person that's just trying to be a good mom.
Breakup brought even more twists, shocking choices, and unexpected turns. After Gino kicked her out, Jasmine moved into Matt's small house in Michigan. Meanwhile, rumors began that Gino was starting separation paperwork. Both of them quickly jumped back into filming too. For the single life, Jasmine filmed her new romance, while Gino filmed in Las Vegas in August 2024, going on dates with women who looked surprisingly similar to Jasmine. After the shows ended, Jasmine's life did not get calmer. Instead, things became even more chaotic. From an unexpected pregnancy to money problems.
Because who would have thought when you're not wearing protection that you would get pregnant? She tried to lie and say, don't, sleep together or, get intimate in the shower with the condom doesn't work. You weren't wearing no damn condom. Come on. Let's be honest here. You're trying to make it seem like, did you just tell him to pull out? You thought that was going to work for you?
Breakups, social media drama, and legal fights, this period was packed with non-stop stress. Here is how her world slowly fell apart between May 2024 and October 2025. Just when people thought the drama was fading, a new surprise changed everything again, one that pushed Jasmine's life into even deeper chaos.
Yes.
In June 2024, Jasmine found out she was pregnant with Matt's baby. This surprised many people, especially because she had once said she couldn't get pregnant when she was with Gino.
She did say that, and when she said she acted like she didn't want to get pregnant or all these things. So, I mean, it just kind of proves she's a liar. That's pretty much what it is.
At first, Jasmine tried to hide the news. Even during the last resort tell-all in March 2025, she covered her stomach and avoided questions. Then, on February 18th, 2025, she finally announced the pregnancy on Instagram in a post partnered with TLC. But
she came out in one of those tell-alls and made a whole thing about it when she was pregnant. Come on, like she made a whole spectacle about it. She wasn't really trying to hide it. She was flaunting it around.
instead of telling the truth right away, she said she was in a polyamorous throuple with both Matt and Gino. Fans were confused.
That's not what they claimed, unless I missed something somewhere. It was the fact that it was an open marriage, and but she wasn't claiming that really anymore. She was kind of acting like they might be able to get back together, but they weren't claiming a throuple. I don't remember that.
And many thought she was just trying to soften the backlash. Later on, she admitted the story wasn't true.
Hi everyone, I have very special news for you. Well, let me announce you that I am pregnant. I am so happy and excited, and
This is about the fakest video ever. Jasmine is one of the fakest people I've ever seen. Everything is staged here. Nothing seems genuine. She seems more genuine on the show, and we know she's putting on a show there. This is fake as hell.
cannot wait to meet my beautiful baby.
On March 21st, 2025, Jasmine gave birth to her daughter, Matilda. 1 month later, she had to undergo emergency surgery due to health complications. She shared sad, scary updates from the hospital, saying she felt weak and frightened. Many fans sent her supportive messages, but others questioned her choices. Jasmine and Matt were not a stable couple. By March 2025, Jasmine explained that she and Matt were never really together. She said
they were never together, and she was never going to admit that they might be together, which is one reason why he's going to leave and she's going to be alone again, which, she's just going to bounce from dude to dude.
They were only friends with benefits, who ended up becoming co-parents. She also said she was not living with him full-time. In May 2025, she posted vague quotes about friend-zoning someone and wanting peace.
You mean like she did, right? She's not trying to make sure that anyone else is doing that, because that's absolutely what she did. He dodged a bullet if he, not yet, he's still there, but if he decides to not marry her or even try again, that's dodging a bullet in a sense. The kid, it's sad for the child because they suffer not having both parents in the household, but Jasmine is not compatible with a relationship.
Fans guessed these posts were about Matt. Rumors grew even stronger when people remembered that back in August 2024, Matt had sold some of Jasmine's shoes on Facebook Marketplace. Many took that as a sign.
I got Jasmine's shoes here. Anyone want Jasmine's shoes? He probably sold them too. I'm sure he did.
And that their relationship and finances were shaky long before the pregnancy. Around this time, Jasmine started talking openly about having money problems. She said her work
You know she lives with money problems. She likes high dollar stuff. She likes to go shopping and do all these things. She likes surgeries. Of course she lives with money problems.
permit was delayed, so she could not legally work and could not receive her full OnlyFans payments. She even asked fans for gifts.
Oh my gosh. Her cretin self is on OF. Good God, the people that pay for that crap. Oh, good Lord. We're all doomed. We are all doomed.
Gifts from an Amazon wish list for her son's birthdays, which led to critics calling her grifty. Her
green card situation also became messy.
She had received her green card in early 2024, about a year before getting pregnant, but now she claimed that Gino took her TLC money and that she didn't get a dime from 2 years of filming. To make money, she launched a
I don't know if I buy that, but anything's possible. I mean, I assume he probably had, maybe he set up till he could have control over the bank accounts or whatever, but I have a struggle believing that she didn't get no money from that.
vegan protein powder and sold cameo videos, but when fans mocked the products, she deleted many posts. During this entire year,
She went on a product binge on like TikTok or something like that, and people were laughing at her for it. Shocker there.
Jasmine was constantly moving, from Matt's home in Michigan to Clearwater, Florida after the birth, to Brooklyn, New
I wonder if they joined Scientology. I wonder if they went. I wonder if they're going clear out there with David Miscavige. That could be fun.
York for tell-all filming in October 2024. In mid-2024, she removed her wedding rings and deleted pictures of Gino. Then, confusingly, she wore the rings again
is he wearing a Native American, like, Afghan rug or something? What the hell is he wearing there?
Promo photos later that year. But things didn't stop there. From legal threats to wild accusations, the situation kept getting darker and more unpredictable. In April 2025, Jasmine accused Gino of human trafficking, saying he sponsored her visa but refused to pay rent or give her access to her earnings. She also
hold on. Someone comment below. Did she really accuse him of human trafficking? Is she really trying to downplay the actual human trafficking that happens? The fact that there's more people enslaved right now than ever in history because of human trafficking and the sex trafficking, trade? She's really going to do that? She has got to be one of the stupidest people I think I've ever seen. Like, poor you are in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation, but you're going to downplay the actual human trafficking that happens. My God, she's an idiot.
Said the money he sent to Panama was actually her cameo income. By June 2025, she said she planned to take Gino to court to prove his abuse and recover her earnings. She also broke her TLC NDA and accused the network of mistreating her.
Jasmine, you said what you said. I mean, we know that they edit things and producers formulate things. Do not act like you were not the person you were. Selectively editing, sure, they do it. You still said the things you said. You still had the personality you had.
Added that a cast member tried to call ICE and CPS on her. On October 25th, 2025, Jasmine finally filed for divorce. This happened while Happily Ever After Season 9 was airing. She also confirmed her pregnancy happened during filming in summer 2024. Gino responded by threatening to report her for marriage fraud if she did.
I'm sorry, was that Rosetta Stone there on the coffee table? I'm pretty sure that was a box of Rosetta Stone. Guess it didn't take for Gino or Jack. Maybe it was. Well, she speaks English just with an accent.
Didn't finalize the divorce quickly, and then came the moment nobody expected. One post, one photo, and one accusation that sent their entire story into full meltdown mode. By mid-November 2025, the Gino and Jasmine saga, already one of the messiest in 90 Day Fiancé history, took a sharp, disturbing turn. What had been a public breakup filled with insults, cheating accusations, and immigration-driven paranoia suddenly escalated into something darker, more explosive, and far more damaging than anything viewers had seen from them before. The chaos began at 4:22 p.m. when Jasmine posted a black and white Instagram story, a close-up photo of her cheeks streaked with what looked like dried blood. The WhatsApp timestamp, 4:22:58 p.m., seemed intentionally left visible, hinting at receipts and authenticity. The caption was hauntingly vague. "One day I will show the whole story." Fans immediately interpreted it as an accusation of physical abuse.
You know damn well she did that on purpose to try to insinuate abuse. She was not abused. I don't care what she says. She is an attention-seeking person and was not abused. Jasmine will do anything she can for clicks, likes, whatever it is, but abuse? Like, you're downplaying people who were actually abused. That is awful behavior.
Implying Gino had harmed her during the unraveling of their marriage. Within minutes, hashtag Justice for Jasmine trended on TikTok and Twitter. Comment sections filled with speculation, outrage, and emotional reactions. But not everyone bought it. Longtime viewers remembered Jasmine's history: public meltdowns, threats, claims of verbal abuse, and a pattern of painting herself as the wounded party during
Always the victim. Victim Olympics gold medal winner.
every argument. For some, this felt like another
Attempt to control the narrative.
only this time, the stakes were far higher. This all hit just days after the explosive November tell-all taping. Gino had finally snapped, calling Jasmine a scam and accusing her of marrying him
I love how they're showing all the pictures of her like from years ago during the beginning of their relationships. You got to tweak that AI there, 90 Day David.
just to secure a green card. Jasmine retaliated with her own emotional dagger, calling him full of hate and saying the deepest wound was being labeled a user after she had given him everything.
You are a user. And, I mean, maybe you gave him some things, but everything? I mean, I would argue that he didn't give you everything either, but a user? I mean, you're definitely a user.
Tension was already radioactive. Jasmine's post lit the match. Gino didn't stay silent. Within hours, he posted his own set of Instagram stories, calm in tone, but devastating in content. He flatly denied ever laying a hand on Jasmine and called the photo a psychotic act of self-harm for sympathy. He then
I believe it. I don't think he ever hit her. Never.
uploaded what he said was the actual photo, taken seconds earlier, time-stamped 4:22:49 p.m., showing Jasmine uninjured. According to him, she had cut herself with a knife, smeared the blood, and staged the shot after he confronted her about cheating. And then
Probably. That seems like something she might do.
came the real bombshell, a full cheating expose. Gino leaked months of phone logs from
Okay,
December
this is all dumb. We've seen this before. This is his breaking news or, his smoking gun or whatever. It's BS. It's just numbers and stuff. It was never proven. He couldn't call and get mad on the phone. Nothing like that. It was dumb.
2023 to March 2024, showing more than 20 calls to Matt before the last resort ever filmed. He posted photos from their alleged January 2024 Disney date, taken during Gino's birthday week and just half a year after their wedding. According
Yes, and it was all dumb. All of it was extremely dumb. The reality is the whole saga was ridiculous, but Jasmine has got to be one of the most hated people, and claims of abuse, ridiculous. You just had a bad relationship. Gino was a bad person, you were a bad person, you weren't abused, but you are the most hated person in the 90 Day Fiancé universe. You just need to go away, but you do keep giving content, so I will keep playing with that stuff because it's hilarious to watch your downfall. But I'm here for it. Thank you to 90 Day David for the video. I appreciate it. Work on that AI though, but other than that, it's great. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I will see y'all next time.